I have no idea what my new video is going to be. I've simply got no video ideas at all. Huh, I forgot I had you. Maybe we should take a look at you again. This is the Indigo iMac G3 DV. In fact, this is my iMac G3. This is the longest owned Mac I have had in my collection of computers, winning in January of 2017 for the incredible price of £7. It's got to be one of my greatest investments to this date, and in today's video we will be looking back at the glory this system holds. This model of the G3 was actually the 4th generation of the product line. The identifiers used for this system included Summer 2000 DV, iMac, slot loading, or PowerMac 2,2. Taking a look at our specs, this unit is equipped with the 400MHz PowerPC 750. And fun fact, the 750 was the same architecture used in the Wii U. And considering the G3 was released in 1999, this is why the console was constantly referred to as underpowered when it came to the development of games for the system. The memory situation of the G3 has been slightly upgraded from the base spec, which would usually come with a single stick of 64MB PC100 RAM. However, mine has been upgraded at an earlier stage to 128MB. And then I added an extra 256MB PC133 stick, giving us a total of 384MB of memory. The hard drive in this iMac is pretty minuscule in comparison to today's machines. This variant of the iMac shipped with a 10GB IDE hard drive, and for the claim in the name of this iMac, being able to edit digital video, hence the DV in the name, this hard drive was tiny for holding any of your video files. And on our 10GB hard drive today, we have macOS 10.4 Tiger installed, which is the maximum OS this machine supports. Well, I say supports, I mean barely. It runs very sluggish on old hardware. Our graphics are supplied to us by the wonderful ATI Rage 128 Pro, running at AGP 2x. The standard edition of the Rage 128 Pro was generally known to be a match for the Voodoo 3 2000 and Matrox G400, but was often hindered in performance by its lower clock of 125MHz. The Rage 128 Pro helps to power our glorious 15-inch built-in CRT display with a max refresh rate of 117Hz. Disclaimer, only when running in the 640x480 resolution, with the max resolution being 1024x768 at 75Hz. I did have some plans to show you gaming on the G3, but this was the result. What the fuck? So for those who are wondering, this is what Halo looks like on your 400MHz G3. So instead, I'm going to give you guys a little rundown of the iMac G3's history.
Well, today, I'm incredibly pleased to introduce iMac, our consumer product. Is iMac?
Back in May of 1998, Steve Jobs announced the iMac G3, which was the first time the world laid their eyes on the wonderfully unique Bondi Blue machine, which would later go on to be known as the machine that saved Apple. One of the main points to take note of with the iMac G3's introduction was that it was Apple's fight back against the age of beige. It was meant to make computers unique and bring a little bit of colour to the computer market, which obviously stood the test of time, as computers soon after the iMac's introduction would move away from being beige boxes to being black and grey. Well, I mean, at least it's not beige. The iMac was the first time the I had been introduced into any Apple product, which at its unveiling, Steve said it stood for Internet, Individual, Instruct, Inform and Inspire. In January of 1999, the 5 flavours of iMac were introduced, with the different colours being known as tangerine, lime, strawberry, blueberry and grape. Some of the most well-known colours of the computer industry, because these flavours of iMac were so incredibly unique, it allowed everyone to have their very own iMac suited to them. Later on in October, the slot-loading iMacs were introduced, the 3rd generation of iMac, which would then bring out the summer 2000 iMacs as the 4th generation, which is the model I have here today. And then, we're finally brought on to the final stage of the iMac G3's development. In February of 2001, Apple brought out some of their most unique machines to date, bringing the new flavours of Flower Power and Blue Dalmatian to the table, which has now gone on to be some of the rarest machines to this day. But then, after the iMac G3's glory, things have to come to an end eventually. In January of 2002, the release of the iMac G4 meant that there was some things to change, meaning that slowly over this year, the iMac G3 would slowly fade into being discontinued. All in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the iMac G3. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, comment down below your opinions, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.